Hello, welcome to module 3. Now, this is all about creating your life on purpose. I hope after the last module of Your Mayhem is Your Medicine, you've got a little bit of a clearer idea about what has happened for you and everything that you have received from that experience. That's going to bring you a whole heap of clarity, okay? That's going to get you to understand the medicine. If you're sitting here on module 3 and you're still not quite clear, I want you to just go back and revisit that. And I think you can go back and visit module 2 quite often. As you start to peel away and uncover those layers, you can actually go back and revisit that because each time you will see it from a clearer viewpoint. So in module 3, we're talking about creating your life on purpose. This is something that until you really feel into it, maybe you're not right now. Maybe you're just allowing life to happen to you. This is about being more present and intentional with your life. And for me, I think that this is where I often speak to people about living your human life as a spiritual experience. What does that mean? That doesn't mean we're sitting on a mountaintop chanting and singing Kumbaya. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not what we need to be doing here. This is about every day being really present with the life that we're living. How am I feeling? And while we're on that, have you been doing that from module 1? Waking up and checking yourself before you wreck yourself? Just that little tap on the shoulder going, how are you feeling today, babe? That's living intentionally. That's living your life on purpose. That's really checking yourself before you move into your day to see, how am I going to be moving through my day today? And if I've woken up a bit anxious or a bit angry or a bit, off center, I get to deal with that and handle that for myself before I even leave the house. That's being more conscious with yourself and the life that you're living. Bringing spiritual practice into your day doesn't mean that you need to be, taking hours out of your day. It's all about mindfulness, intention, and being on purpose. Whether you might journal. For some people, I know that I love to journal. I don't do it every single day, but majority of my days, I'll at least write myself a couple little lines just to check in. But journaling is a really great practice to get what's happening in your head out onto paper. For those of you that are visionaries, that have dreams, that is the best way to stop it being just a great little dream or an idea up here and actually land it into your physical realm, is bringing it from your mind through your pen onto the paper. So writing down all that's in your mind. Now, I did hint to a write and burn earlier in the process. If at any time you feel overwhelmed, or you feel stuck, stagnant, or you've just got these looping thoughts going round and round and round, something that's really beneficial for my clients and also for myself is to write everything down. Just get a scrap piece of paper. Don't use your journal. Get a scrap piece of paper and just write everything that's really bothering you. Anything that's going round and round, you can't stop thinking about it. And then start writing all the things that you've just got to do. Like if you've got a to-do list in your mind, get it out of your mind and put it down on the paper. Because when thoughts are just allowed to go round and round and round in our head, they create like a whirlwind for us, and they can actually bring on anxiety. We need to be more mindful about the thoughts that we allow to take up residence in our mind. And so doing this write and burn practice actually allows you to sort of clear out the garbage, close down the tabs or the apps in your mind. And if you're a visual person, then you can actually just close down your eyes and just imagine that you have all your apps open in your brain and you can just swipe to just close them down. It's a really great, easy, quick fix to just creating a little bit of space in your mind. while we're on space, I want to be here for a minute, creating space for yourself. There's a beautiful saying that I love, and it's the space between the notes creates the music. That to me is what spirituality is all about. Creating those moments for yourself where you can reflect, where you can just stop the busyness and just jump off the chaotic line that you're like zooming around on, that hamster wheel that we get stuck on. Just hop out for a minute and just create a moment of space for yourself. A lot of clients, when I first start working with them, just don't feel comfortable here. They just don't. They don't like uncomfortable silence. They don't like not knowing, not having anything to busy themselves with, because we have been taught to keep busy, to be distracted from ourselves and our life. It's absolutely keeping us so distracted and busy that we're not even present with the life we're leading. And then we wake up one day and we're not happy with the life that we're living. The way to create a life that we love is to create it on purpose. And these moments of reflection are what really support us to be able to do that. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not all, oh, wah, wah, or go through my stuff and talk about my darkness, or it's actually just like, what is actually going on for me today? What's happening in my life right now that I feel out of control? Or what can I control? What is within my choice? Where am I making choices that I could make better choices? So doing these things where we get to have these moments, the space between the notes can look any way you want it. For some people, it's just stopping and closing down your eyes. For others, it might be journaling. For some of you, it's movement. You might do yoga. You might go for a run. Some people love music. And so to listen to music and maybe dance, have a dance. It's maybe stopping all the doing and just allowing yourself to be. Go for a wander in nature, go and sit underneath a tree. If you find that you've been really busy with work, stop work for a moment and go and do something that brings you joy. And on that subject, for a lot of us that are feeling overwhelmed or trying to awaken this warrior, we're thinking that we can't give ourselves moments of joy, or we don't even know what joy is for us anymore. We've lost the connection to what it is that makes us happy, or that we desire, or that we love. Or so in these moments of reflection, start to write down, what is it that I love? What do I love doing? What do I love doing when I'm not working? And if you can't come up with something, then you're working too much. Allowing ourselves these moments. And as I said, they don't need to be a full day, but if they start off as just a moment, a minute, or 5 minutes, sooner or later, they'll become intoxicating. And you'll be taking more and more time to sit in reflection and contemplation for yourself, because you'll understand the value in it. You can't see that now because you don't give yourself the moments to do that. But I promise you, once you start to shift the perspective of I need to be doing, and that very masculine energy of getting stuff done, to dropping into that feminine energy of allowing myself to receive. If you're finding your things aren't working out for you, you can't make ends meet, you're not getting the jobs you want, the partners you want, all of the things, I would actually ask you to look at which way you're going here. Are you trying to make things happen? Are you trying to control your life? That's a very masculine way of coming at your life. Oftentimes, when we are stuck, stagnant, coming from lack or scarcity, we drop into our masculine. Whatever gender you are, doesn't make any difference. We all can drop into our masculine, where we got to go and get it done, and we're pushing at our life, controlling it. This does not allow us to be in a state of receivership. And so what's happening is you're pushing, you're trying to make it, you're controlling everything, but you're not open to receive. So therefore, nothing's coming in. So it is a matter of dropping into that feminine energy of allowing yourself to soften, to be gentle. And I'm not saying to be weak. Feminine energy is not weak. It's actually the dead set opposite. It's incredibly powerfully strong because it's the energy where we receive. It's that queen energy of sitting on our throne, saying what it is we actually want, and then just being fully available and open to receive that. These moments of reflection allow us to drop into our feminine, contemplating, looking back and feeling like, okay, I see that. All right, I see why that happened for me. Okay. And now I'm going to get to use that to awaken this warrior and move forward into the life that I am dreaming in. It's taking those moments. So in this part of the module, I want you to now, however long this takes you to get to module 4, take those moments of reflection, dance like nobody's watching. You can journal, you can go for a bike ride, you can walk in nature, you can go swimming, you can journal, you can do your yoga or Pilates, doing something that's bringing you joy. Now, creativity is the fastest way to open up your intuition. So go do something creative. And don't tell me you can't draw or you can't, what, it doesn't mean you have to be drawing. Creativity can be anything. So just creating anything, just get a pen and paper and start doodling. Get one of those coloring in books and just do some coloring in, because anytime you're doing something creative, knitting, crocheting, throwing some paint on a canvas, getting some pottery, go to a pottery class, you're shifting your mind to the creative mind, which in turn opens up your intuition, which in turn you will start to hear and feel messages. This is living your life on purpose. This is living intentionally. So be mindful of how you're spending your time and the thoughts that are taking up residence in your mind. Every single day, your human experience gets to be a spiritual one. I'll see you for the next module.